We don't pay much attention to the snares until something is like clunking under the hood, right? It's not a good thing. Your choice of snare drum and how you set it up is, well, it's your signature. It's important. It's you. Just think about how many famous drummers are known and recognized just for their snare drum sound. Lots. All right, so look, you want to listen to this on quality speakers or headphones because computer speakers it won't provide enough definition. But please keep in mind, there's no better or worse. This is totally subjective. It's all about choice, and that's really the beauty of it. And that is the beauty of the drum set. We have so many options that, well, personalize the drums. Let's do some comparative listening now between 20 strand and 12 strand snare configurations. Okay, so let's check out the 20 strand snares. You're listening for two things. You're listening for the sustain of the tom-tom and the sustain of the sympathetic snare buzz. I think you're going to find them about the same. All right, here we go. All right, keep in mind, this is a 12-inch snare drum. The larger the diameter, the more it encourages snare buzz. So like on a 14-inch snare drum, you're probably going to experience more snare buzz than this. So let's compare this now to the 12-strand snares. I think you're going to see a big difference. Okay, I've switched off the 20-strand snares for 12s. Nothing else has changed. Recording, tuning, everything the same. So let's listen. You can see the sustain is drastically reduced. The 10 is almost dead silent now. The 8, however, is maybe about 50% of what it was before, but better than with the 20-strand snares. Now I'd like to show you a couple of little things you can do to the 8-inch drum to, well, minimize it even more so. You might have noticed that the larger suspended toms, let's call them suspended toms, floor toms, let's call them floor toms, hardly generate snare buzz. It's due to proximity, projection, and pitch. Let's call it the 3 Ps. That's proximity, where they're located, projection of sound, and pitch. So, hey, we're only concerned about the rack toms now. It's getting easier, isn't it? Since the 8's the culprit, let's see if we can tame that baby down a little bit. Now, there are two techniques, tuning and muffling. Let's take muffling first. Evans makes a little muffle strip called a mini-mad. It's great for this stuff. So, let's listen to this. No muffling. Here we go. Okay, now let's apply the mini-mad to the tom-tom. Quite a bit less sustain. Just listen to the length of it. Okay? Now, never compromise your snare drum. But we do use mufflers on our snare drum often as an alternative sound. So let's put a mini-mad on that and see what it does. Even shorter, doesn't open up as much. Then you can try to detune the drum to either, well, a higher or lower pitch and see if you can tune it out. Watch. Completely different thing going on here. It's a sort of a delay and then the snare buzz, which actually could be cool in context. Small details make big differences, huh? Take a close look at this drum. You notice anything different about it? Yeah. Die cast on the bottom, flange tube on the top. Why, you ask? Because die cast tube controls overtones. It's sort of like placing an invisible ring around the edge of the head. This helps to cut down on snare buzz to a certain extent, but it also helps the snares to seat to the head. The flange tube, on the other hand, is wide open, rich, colorful tones on the batter side, and it's just a great combination. I have about 5 or 6 drums set up this way. And I got to tell you, I am loving the sound I'm getting. You should try. You know, snares vary in price from $10 up to like 30 or more. But keep in mind, you get what you pay for. If you can afford it, buy quality snares. So pay attention to your snares, will you? And develop that signature sound of yours. And remember, small details make big differences. They add up. And if it sounds good to you, it's a good sound. See you around the corner.